Hello and welcome back to the ADHD Goals Podcast. I am your host, Laurence Pratt, and today we are looking at a topic from the ADHD glossary. Today's topic is neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to change, adapt, and grow. So here's the thing. ADHD is often seen as a fixed part of who we are, but neuroplasticity tells a different story. It reminds us that our brains are dynamic, capable of rewiring and building new pathways throughout life. So that means that there's always room for improvement, growth, and hope. So let's explore how neuroplasticity relates to ADHD and how we can use it to our advantage. So, what is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. And this is how we learn, adapt to change, and even recover from injuries or challenges. It's like your brain's built-in toolbox for growth. For individuals with ADHD, this concept is especially powerful because it means that despite structural and functional differences in the brain, there's potential to improve focus, impulse control, and emotional regulation. So let's dig into this connection. When it comes to ADHD, the brain often functions a little differently, particularly in areas like the prefrontal cortex, the basal ganglia, and limbic system. These regions play key roles in executive functioning, attention, and emotional regulation. But neuroplasticity provides hope that we can strengthen or even rewire these areas through targeted interventions. And here are a few ways neuroplasticity impacts ADHD. Structural and functional differences. ADHD brains have unique patterns of connectivity. With neuroplasticity therapies and habits, we can build stronger connections in areas that need support. Compensation mechanisms. When one area of the brain struggles, plasticity allows other areas to step in and help. For example, learning strategies and therapies can create new pathways to manage tasks that might otherwise be overwhelming. The great thing about neuroplasticity is that it underpins so many of the tools and strategies we use to manage ADHD. Here's how different interventions tap into the brain's capacity to change. Number 1, behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is a perfect example. It helps you reframe negative thoughts and build healthier behavioral patterns, literally rewiring your brain over time. Number 2, medication. Stimulant and non-stimulant medications don't just help in the moment, they also influence neural activity in ways that support the brain's ability to form more effective connections. Number 3, mindfulness and meditation. Practices like mindfulness strengthen areas in the brain associated with self-regulation and attention. Studies show that consistent mindfulness practices increase connectivity in the prefrontal cortex, which is often underactive in ADHD. Number 4, learning and skill development. Think about the coping strategies you've developed, like using a planner or breaking tasks into smaller steps. These are forms of skill building that reinforce neural pathways for better executive functioning. And number 5, resilience and adaptability. Over time, the brain's plasticity allows it to adapt to challenges. This means that with the right supports and persistence, many ADHD-related struggles can become more manageable. Implications of neuroplasticity for ADHD. Here's the big takeaway. Neuroplasticity gives us a reason to be optimistic. It reminds us that the brain isn't static. It's constantly changing. Here are a few ways this knowledge can empower us. Positive outlook. Knowing that your brain is capable of growth and change can be a huge motivator. It's never too late to build better habits, learn new skills, or improve emotional regulation. Tailored interventions. Because neuroplasticity works best with repetitive and meaningful activities, interventions can be designed to strengthen the specific neural pathways we want to improve, whether it's attention, self-control, or time management. Early intervention. Younger brains are more plastic, so early diagnosis and support can have significant impact. But even in adulthood, the brain retains this incredible ability to change. So how can you make neuroplasticity work for you? Here are a few practical ways to start harnessing your brain's adaptability. Number 1, practice regularly. Repetition is key, whether it's a mindfulness routine, organizational strategies, or a new coping skill. The more you practice, the stronger those neural connections will become. Number 2, start small. Big changes can feel overwhelming, so focus on small, consistent habits that build over time, and every little bit counts. Number 3, celebrate progress. Every time you stick to a new habit or strategy, your brain is changing in real time. So celebrate those wins because they are proof that you are growing. Number 4, seek support. Whether it's therapy, coaching, or medication, don't hesitate to seek out tools that support your growth. Remember, neuroplasticity thrives with the right interventions. Neuroplasticity reminds us that we're not stuck. Our brains are dynamic and always capable of change and improvement. For those of us with ADHD, that's incredibly empowering, and it means that no matter where you're starting from, there's always room to grow, adapt, and thrive. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear how you're working with your brain to build new pathways and habits. And share your story with me on social media or send me a message. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss another episode. Well, there we have it. Thank you so much for listening this far. If you want to hear more episodes, then please subscribe on YouTube or whatever podcast platform you use. It really helps to spread the word. So if you know anyone this episode could help, then please share it with your friends. If you want to follow me on social media, I am on Instagram at ADHD_goals, and you can find me on Facebook too. If you want to get in touch with the show, then you can email me at hello@adhdgoals.co. And finally, if you're struggling to manage your ADHD and you would like me to be your coach, then please head over to my website and get in touch. Until next time, bye for now.